It began as every parent's worst nightmare. A child vanishes without trace. A quiet, tight-knit neighborhood left fractured and searching for answers. But within 72 hours, investigators would realize this was no ordinary disappearance. The little girl at the center of the search wasn't simply missing. She was the living proof of a secret so dark that an entire family had killed to keep it buried. October 14th, just after 7 in the evening, the Harper residence at 42 Maple Drive, Millbrook. Sarah Harper dials 911. Her voice barely holds together. "My daughter, Lily. She was in the backyard playing on the swing. I went inside for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and now she's gone. Please, please send someone." Patrol officers arrived within 8 minutes. They found Sarah pacing the driveway, still gripping the landline receiver. Her husband, David Harper, stood on the porch, arms folded, jaw set. Remarkably composed. The first officer on scene noted the contrast immediately. A mother shattered by panic, and a father who appeared, above all else, inconvenienced. 8-year-old Lily Harper was described by those who knew her as bright, imaginative, and a little shy. Blonde curls, a gap-toothed smile, a fondness for lady perts. That evening, she had been wearing a lavender hoodie and denim overalls. Within hours, a full-scale search was underway. Canine units, thermal drones, and hundreds of volunteers combing the woodland behind the property. But the dogs lost Lily's scent at the backyard gate. It was as if she had been lifted from the earth. Detective Elena Marquez. Interview recording. Major Crimes Unit. David Harper was too rehearsed. Every answer came wrapped in a neat, cooperative bow. Yes, we just finished dinner. No, she had no online contacts. She was a happy child, no troubles at all. Real parents in these situations fall apart in messy, unpredictable ways. He didn't fall apart at all. The following morning, a neighbor voluntarily submitted footage from a security camera facing the Harper side yard. It captured the swing set, empty, from 6 p.m. onward. More critically, it showed that no person, not Lily, not a stranger, had passed through that gate in the 2 hours preceding the 911 call. For Lily to have been taken from that backyard, she would have had to have been carried silently over a 6-foot fence. Investigators found that scenario implausible. They widened the timeline. Lily had been absent from school for 2 days before her disappearance. Sarah Harper claimed a stomach bug. The school nurse confirmed no parent call had been received. Meanwhile, a credit card transaction placed David Harper at a hardware store 40 miles from Millbrook, 3 days before Lily went missing. The purchase? A shovel, heavy-duty refuse sacks, and industrial-grade bleach. A search warrant was executed on the Harper home. In the basement, investigators located a concealed room hidden behind a freestanding shelving unit. Cramped, windowless, fitted with a child-sized mattress on a bare floor. On the wall above it, a single crayon drawing. 2 stick figures holding hands. One labeled me, the other, Mom Number 2. That drawing broke the case wide open.
Act 4. A family built on lies. Lily Harper was not Sarah Harper's biological daughter. DNA analysis, cross-referenced against the national database, revealed the truth. Lily's biological mother was Sarah's younger sister, Claire Sullivan. And Claire Sullivan had been dead for 4 years. Claire's death had been ruled accidental in 2020, a fall down the stairs of her apartment. She was 26 years old and the single mother of then 4-year-old Lily. Following Claire's death, Sarah and David Harper took custody of the child and subsequently claimed a substantial life insurance payout, along with monthly survivor benefits legally designated for Claire's dependent. No one questioned it,
To the outside world, they were grieving relatives, stepping up in a moment of family tragedy. But Lily's own words told a different story. A hidden diary, discovered behind a loose baseboard in her bedroom, contained an entry written in careful, spidery 8-year-old handwriting. "Mummy Sarah isn't my first mummy. My first mummy went away because she fell, but I heard Daddy David say he pushed her. I'm scared." Detectives immediately moved to reopen the Claire Sullivan case. The original autopsy was subject to independent re-examination. The pattern of bruising on Claire's body was inconsistent with an unassisted fall. It suggested a defensive struggle. More damning still, traces of a sedative compound were identified in stored tissue samples. Claire Sullivan had not fallen. She had been murdered. And the Harpers had engineered the circumstances to assume custody of her daughter and absorb the financial benefits that came with her. But the question remained, why make Lily disappear now, 4 years later? The diary provided the answer. 2 weeks before she vanished, Lily had discovered a cache of old photographs of Claire. She had begun asking questions. And in her final entries, she had written that she intended to tell her teacher that Daddy hurt my first mummy. The Harpers' carefully constructed world was on the verge of collapse. The interrogation. Detective Elena Marquez, interrogation audio recording. "You told us Lily was your world, Sarah. But she was never yours, was she? She was Claire's. And when Claire became an inconvenience, you solved that problem. Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. Where is Lily?" Sarah Harper broke after 4 hours of questioning. In fragmented, barely coherent disclosures, she directed investigators to a disused well on woodland land belonging to David's estranged uncle. Teams mobilized before dawn. 27 feet below ground, in muddy, standing water, they recovered a lavender hoodie. Cornered by the mounting evidence, David Harper confessed in full. He admitted to pushing Claire Sullivan down the stairs during a confrontation about Lily's paternity. Because David, as the investigation had now established, was Lily's biological father, the product of a covert affair with his own sister-in-law. The family secret was layered in compounding betrayal. A hidden affair, a child born of that union, the murder of a young mother to conceal it, and then the murder of that same child when she grew old enough to speak the truth. Act 6. Reckoning. Lily Harper's body was recovered on October 19th. The medical examiner confirmed she had been smothered before being disposed of at the well. There had been no prolonged suffering. But the tragedy remained absolute. A child who knew too much, silenced by the only family she had ever known.
In court, both David and Sarah Harper entered guilty pleas to the murders of Claire Sullivan and Lily Harper, alongside multiple counts of fraud, evidence tampering, and criminal conspiracy. The presiding judge described the case as a monstrous betrayal of the most vulnerable, driven by greed, lust, and an utter absence of human conscience. Both defendants were sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Perhaps the most haunting detail to emerge in the aftermath came not from the courtroom, but from a child psychologist who had worked with Lily's classmates. After the verdict was delivered, she revealed that Lily had once whispered a secret to her closest friend at school. Lily Harper, as recounted by classmate. "I have 2 mommies, but one is in heaven, and when I see her again, I'll tell her I'm sorry." Lily had nothing to be sorry for. She was the only light in a family that had long been consumed by its own darkness.
Closing statement. The Lily Harper case stands as one of the most sobering examples of how a missing child investigation can uncover horrors far beyond a single act of violence.
It forced an entire community to confront an uncomfortable truth: that the most dangerous secrets are not hidden in alleyways or in the dark. They sit at the dinner table, behind closed doors, behind carefully rehearsed smiles. If you or someone you know suspects a child is in immediate danger, speak up. A single phone call can shatter the silence that allows these secrets to survive. For True Crime Confidential, I'm Adam Vane. Until next time, stay vigilant.